Welcome to Clippn, the professional clip network, where you shoot, you send, and we do all the rest, distributing your footage to millions of customers through the world's leading stock footage companies. To help you focus on doing what you love, shooting, we have developed a system that we call the Clippn Way. This helps you maximize your earning potential by managing three things: quantity, quality, and the variety of clips. Today I'm going to walk you through each of these areas and give you an inside look at how and why professionals sell their stock video through Clippn. At the end of this training, you will know how to build your stock footage library in a systematic way, shoot better footage by applying our best practices, and recognize different footage types and categories so you can be more strategic when you shoot. Incidentally, we know that many of you are sitting on existing footage that you would like to start monetizing. This program will show you how to do that as well. Let's begin. The stock footage business is a numbers game. The more you shoot, the more you earn. You should set your expectations for the long term. This is a marathon, not a sprint. The longer your clips are up, the more likely they are to rise in the ranks, which in turn increases your sales. So keep on shooting. A good place to start is to think in terms of telling a story, which is something you already do. Whether you're a videographer or a still photographer, you tell stories visually. Now, you'll be telling stories through a series of shots, which are called, you guessed it, clips. How do you tell that story? That leads to our second term, coverage, which means the shots you take to tell that story. The wide shot or establishing shot sets the scene. The medium and close-ups give different framing. The alternate angles add perspective and interesting details to round out your story. If we had only shot a wide or a close-up, we wouldn't have told much of a story, would we? And you wouldn't have gotten as many clips, so coverage is key. This one story has resulted in 75 accepted clips that took only a few hours to shoot. Those same clips have the potential to earn money year after year. To stay productive, it's good to give yourself goals. Say you shot only 2 stories a week with 15 to 20 clips per story. After 1 year, your stock footage library will be close to 1,500 clips. After 2 years, you'll have more than 3,000 clips, and so on with corresponding revenue increases. We do our best to accept each and every clip, and sometimes we edit multiple clips from a single shot, which is typical for underwater or drone footage. Once your clips are uploaded to Clippn, they go through a series of quality control inspections by our editors, who will provide feedback on what's working and where there are opportunities for improvement. Each accepted clip gets rated on a scale of 1 to 5 stars, with 5 being the highest. A 5-star clip will typically have the most earnings potential. We will teach you how to shoot for 5 stars in our next section. At Clippn, we accept one thing: high-quality raw footage. We look at several factors when determining the 5-star quality rating: resolution, movement, composition, audio, and duration. It all starts with your gear, so it's important to consider using a professional DSLR or video camera, high-quality lenses, a tripod with a fluid head, slider, jib, or Steadicam for movement, and peripheral equipment like over-the-ear headphones, a microphone, and an external monitor. We accept 1080 HD footage and up, preferably shot in progressive scan. Because of ongoing changes in technology, specifically the resolution of our televisions, monitors, and screens like phones and tablets, we expect demand for traditional HD clips to have a lifespan of 3 to 5 years, while 4K clips should produce earnings for the next 8 to 10 years. It's also important to note that 4K clips sell for roughly 3 times the amount of a traditional HD clip, and that is why if you shoot 4K, you will earn a star. Movement is important within the frame. That could be a runner, a tractor plowing a field, or a beauty shot with subtle movement. Try and capture the full movement with the subject entering and leaving the frame, or let subtle movement start and finish. Another kind of movement is camera movement, which could be a pan, a tilt, a jib move, a slider, or a Steadicam move. Just try to stay away from those shaky handheld shots and zooms. Of course there are exceptions. A good shot is a good shot. But don't feel like you have to move the camera. Keeping it locked down is fine as long as there's movement within the frame. You can try an alternate take with the same subject and add a pan or a tilt. If your clip follows these best practices for movement, you'll earn another star. This is video, so take full advantage of it. Our buyers look for authenticity and beauty when shopping for footage. Think of how a professional photographer would shoot the subject. There should be action or movement in the frame, and the clip should be visually appealing in composition, color, and content. This is what the buyer sees. This is what attracts their eye to click on your clip. A well-composed shot will earn an additional 1 star. You can earn another star if your clip has natural audio. Buyers, especially video editors, look for clips with natural sound to help tell their story, so shooting with audio is highly recommended. Many shooters use camera-mounted shotgun microphones to enhance the quality of their recordings. Use headphones in the field to monitor your audio levels and unleash your creativity. Clips should be at least 15 seconds long, including pad at the beginning and end to allow for transitions like dissolves or wipes in the edit. A good rule of thumb is to let the camera roll for 2 to 3 seconds before the action starts and after it ends. From experience, we know that when you're concentrating on a shot, it's easy to think that you've shot for longer than you actually have. So it helps to count to 15 Mississippi in your head. Just don't count out loud. Let's do it. Here's a shot that doesn't quite make the cut. Shooting for transitions will earn 1 more star, and that's how your clips will receive a 5-star rating. To help you come up with ideas of what to shoot, we provide suggestions based on what buyers and distributors are looking for. We will go into that and more in our next section, Variety. As we've said before, stock footage is a numbers game. One way to improve your sales, besides quantity and quality, is variety, which is the final component of the Clippn way. We determine variety by looking at 3 things: categories, footage type, and format. After we accept and edit your clips, we tag them so they fall into one or more categories in something that we call the variety matrix, which gives you a snapshot of what you're shooting. These categories range from animals to aerials, time-lapse to transportation, people, politics, and more. It's a great way to get ideas on what to shoot, since you can drill down each category for suggestions of what our buyers are looking for. Another successful strategy is to find a niche category for which there is a lot of demand but little supply of quality clips. Finding something you are an expert in, have access to, or have a really good creative vision for is a great way to build your unique library that will give you a competitive advantage. Think of your passions, your hobbies, the things you love and love doing. There are essentially 2 types of stock footage uses: commercial and editorial. Let me explain the difference. Commercial footage is typically sold to promote a person, place, or product. These clips can be used in feature films, documentaries, and the advertisements that we see on TV and online. Because this footage is used commercially, any faces, logos, or identifying buildings require releases. For example, you need to have a model release for faces. Logos require a property release. And any copyrighted or restricted properties, including street numbers or houses on commercial buildings, also require a property release. To make your life easier, Clippn provides you with these releases, which you are encouraged to use. Editorial footage is typically sold to news outlets looking to enhance a special or news report, and also for educational purposes. When capturing an editorial story, it's important to record the facts. Where were you? Why were you there? Who else was there? Your clip should tell a visual story of what took place, and your metadata should reflect that. A single clip can be used for commercial or editorial, but as I've just stated, it would require the appropriate releases for commercial usage. If the clip has no release, it can still be used for editorial, but you will not be maximizing its earning potential. So always get a release when you can. Stock footage is a numbers game. And as you've seen, you can maximize your earning potential by managing 3 things. First, quantity. The more you shoot, the more you sell. So think long term when you're building a library and set manageable weekly goals. Next is quality. We have a 5-star rating based on resolution, movement, composition, audio, and duration. Finally, variety is the key to the Clippn way. Explore different categories for ideas. Find a niche that is underrepresented. And to maximize your earning potential, get releases so your clips can be used for editorial and commercial. We all shoot for the same reason, because we love to do it. So most of all, remember to have fun. That's what Clippn is all about.